Hello friends, I welcome you in the lecture series of Engineering Graphics. Today we will see one more problem of isometric views when couple of orthographic projections or views are given. Students should note that this is assignment problem number 3. So we will see now problem. So this is front view and top view of an object. One must understand and notice first where is the origin. So origin is kept here. As origin is here and an object is extended on the right hand side of the origin, one must note that in the front view what you get on the right hand side of the origin is your length. Okay, and the total length you can measure is 40 plus 80, so that is 120 mm. Then you get height, that is a maximum height in the front view only. And if you see it, this is the height, maximum height, and this is 65 up to center line from the base, and from that there it is this semicircular portion of radius 25. So 65 plus 25, that height is becoming 90. Then there is a top view, and in the top view you get one length, this is length, and another dimension here you will see, that is nothing but the width. So you will get maximum width, and that you can measure 28 plus 34, that is 62. So first step is, as usual, you will observe the origin. This is the origin here. So in the top view origin will be here. This is origin in the top view. Front view origin here, so top view origin will be here, right? And then you observe the origin. After observing the origin, you will decide what is the maximum box dimensions, that is length, height and width. So accordingly you will start drawing the isometric box with the length, height and width. So we'll see how you can draw it. So this is nothing but the origin, and from this origin one can draw here 30, one can measure here 30 degree and on this side 30 degree, which is becoming left and right hand side of the your object. So I can show you here, this is becoming then the length of the object. Okay, this is becoming the height of the object, and this is becoming the width of the object. Okay, so one can draw length, parallel line to length, height and width, and create the parallelogram. So for example here I'll draw parallel line to length, sorry, height, parallel line to width, parallel line to length, parallel line to height, parallel line to this width, parallel line to length again. So this is a box that you must get after the knowing the what is the maximum length, height and width and the origin. So why this box is drawn and why this way only, this information you can get in my previous videos. You must get it if you find the link at the end of this video. So this is how the box is visible when you have this is a height, this is this is width, and this one is length. Okay, this one height is almost 90 mm, it is actually 90 mm, and width is 62, and length dimension is 120. So with this we will start drawing our object. So we'll observe our object. This is a cylindrical portion. In the front you can see this is cylindrical portion, half cylindrical portion, which is having a hole here, and then this is having width up to 34 mm. Then it has a rib, and a rib thickness is 10 mm. Up to this here, it is a tangent from here to this corner. The width is 10 mm for this. Then this is a flat slab. Okay, this is a flat slab of height 35 mm and total width is 62 mm. Okay, on which this one is resting, and rib is also resting. but this slab is cut here in a semicircular fashion, and the width of the semicircular cut is 20 mm, where the diameter of the semicircular portion is 40 mm. Radius 20, that means diameter is 40. The center point of that is 40 mm from this corner and 80 mm from this corner. The circle center point for these two circles, this half circle and then this circle, is 65 mm above the ground or the base, and 25 mm from this boundary. Okay, from this boundary it is 25 mm, which is visible here. So from this boundary the center line is 25 mm away. This is 65. Just check this dimension. 65 center line from the base, and then this object is on the slab. So there is a height of slab 35 mm. From that it is 30 mm up, because total is 65. This is 35 and this becoming 30. So this way now we'll start drawing our object. So we will draw the first boxes. This is, this one is width here. Width is 62 mm, so 62 mm by 62 mm flat. Then this portion is of length 120. Now we will draw here a circle. Okay, so for that purpose I will measure the 40 mm on this side. Okay, 40 mm on this side I will measure, and then I will draw there a center line, and there I will create 40 mm by 40 mm parallelogram, because I need to generate a semicircular cut. So you see this one. So from here it is 40 mm. You can see 40 mm center line, and then I want the parallelogram here. I will draw here a parallelogram. Okay, this is a parallelogram. So the semicircular curve is here. Okay, this is a semicircular curve. For this purpose I am drawing 40 by 40 mm parallelogram here, where center point will be on the line. And once parallelogram is drawn, I will draw there the longest diagonal, and longest diagonal is not this. Okay, you must check what is the meaning of longest diagonal and how it is measured. You can measure with the scale. This becomes the longest diagonal. So once you draw the longest diagonal in large view, I can see it here. So this is the longest diagonal is drawn, and then what you can see, these two corners of the diagonals or two ends of the diagonals are busy. Okay, what is the meaning of that? So these two corners are free of the parallelogram, and from these two corners I am bisecting opposite side of the corner on the parallelogram. So this way, from this corner I am bisecting the opposite side of the parallelogram like this. Okay, so now here I get the four centers. One center here, second center here, third center, and fourth center. So remember, two centers will be on the diagonal, but that is inside the parallelogram, not at the end of the diagonal. Okay, on the diagonal but inside the parallelogram. And then two centers are remaining two corners of the parallelogram. Okay, so four centers I'll get, but remember I need to draw here semicircular portion, and that's why I will use only two centers here. One is this and another is this. Let's see. So four centers are this, but these red color centers I am using, and that's why I am taking this much radius here. Okay, this much radius I am taking, and I am completing the curve here like this. Okay, and then I am taking the second center like this, and radius is up to this. This total radius I will take, and I will complete this curve. So this is semicircular portion. After getting the semicircular portion, you need to trim this. You need to erase this line. So after erasing this, it will be like this. Now just go to the object. We'll see the important feature. So I have drawn this curve, correct? And what is there is this thickness. This is the width, and that curve is from 20 mm away from this curve, right? So that means what, we need to draw another curve which will show the thickness of this cut. So go back to original page. So this way, this is one curve, but I need to draw one more behind of this. okay, so that I can judge the thickness there is of 20 mm. And that for that purpose I need to shift this parallelogram alongside of this parallel to this width side, okay, parallel to this width side 20 mm back. So 20 mm back I must shift it. So that means what, here like this 20 mm I must shift it. This is 20 mm down. So instead of this, what I'll do, in order to save the time, so instead of shifting the parallelogram, we will shift the center points. So these two center points are shifted here. You can check, this is shifted by 20 mm along the width, and this is also shifted by 20 mm along the width. You need to check that every time you are drawing the parallel lines to width, height and length, without which problem will not be accurate, or your solution will not be accurate in fact. So now you have drawn these curves with these two centers, right? So with the similar radius you need to repeat the curves. That means what, with this you have drawn this curve, right? And now with the same radius you are shifting here, and then you are repeating the curve. It is like this. And now if I use this center, my curve is going this side like this. So that I don't want, because that is anyway it's not visible, it is a cut part. So I am not using this center here. So only one center is used, and with this I can get one curve. So it is like this, and then you can join this line which is drawn here. And now this center is not used, so what you do, you draw a straight line like this, and you draw this line, okay, which is like this here. Next you will observe the object again. So this portion is drawn, and now we are drawing this portion. So for that purpose, for starting this, we need to have a plane here. And where is the plane, the position of plane, that we need to decide. So see, the position of plane is 28 mm here inside. So from this corner it is 28 mm inside that we need to go, and then there itself you need to draw this parallelogram. Here it will be a parallelogram for this curve. This is a parallelogram. So for that purpose we need to shift 28 mm, and then how we are shifting, we just check it here in the main page. So from here you are drawing inside, you will draw a parallel line to the width, okay, and there you will measure 28 mm. This distance is 28 mm, and from there you will come inside, and then you will try to generate their parallelogram. Okay, we'll see this in the confirmed figure. So here 28 mm is measured, and there you are drawing the parallelogram. So we'll go to our object once again. So see the dimensions here. This is the semicircular portion of say the radius 25. That means what, you will have this length is 50, right? So 50 mm you are coming inside, and then that you are climbing up to this center line by 30 mm, because this is 30 and this is 35, okay, so that is becoming 65. Okay, here I am drawing it rough so that you will understand, and anyway I am showing you the confirmed images. So here 50 mm inside we need to come, and then we need to climb 30 mm so that we get the center line. And once you get the center line, again you need to climb up by 25 mm distance, so that you will get end line of the parallelogram. So we'll go back to your main page. So here we have shifted inside 50 mm, and then we climbed here for, let's say, 30 mm, this is 50 mm. Remember what is the size of parallelogram? It is 50 by 50. So we have climbed here 30 mm. That means what? Remaining portion we required here only 25. It is a center point, no? So 25 is up. Then on this side 50. Then 25 mm down. And then again 25 mm down, and then this way you will create a line here, because this is actually parallelogram. This 5 mm distance will not be part of parallelogram. Carefully, because center line is here. From center line this is 25 and here it is 25, not this bottom 5 mm. So this way carefully you need to draw parallelogram, otherwise your problem will be missing. Maximum diagonal you will draw like this, okay, and then next we'll see how we have started this. So check here, this is 30 mm up, and then here a line of 25 mm, and then you can draw a diagonal like this, and then you connect the free corners to the bisector, the line bisectors, and you get a 4 centers here, 1, right, 2, then 3 and 4. As you are drawing semicircular portion, we need to use only 2 centers, right? So only these 2 centers we are using, and with this 2 center I can draw a semicircular portion. So for this first center, with this radius I will complete this portion. With this center and this much radius, okay, I will complete this portion. So this is a semicircular portion that is visible like this. Now we'll move to our object. Once you go to the object, this is curve that we have drawn, but remember this curve is having the end also. This is the end where you can see the object. Okay, this is another end for the curve. This is one end for the curve. Okay, that is drawn here, and then another end is back side, which is 34 mm back. So there also we need to generate the similar curve. So we are drawing that. So we are drawing it now. What we do, we will instead of drawing this parallelogram again 34 mm back, that means what, here, right, on this edge, okay, we are shifting the centers 34 mm along the width. So this way we are shifting the centers. This center will be here, this center will be here. So you are shifting anyway this way. This is the shifting distance that you must know. This is 34 mm, because that is a requirement here, 34 mm. And then I have drawn this curve with this center. Okay, so with the similar radius, I am repeating the curve. Okay, I am repeating this curve, and with this center I have drawn, with this center I have drawn this curve earlier. So similar radius I am taking here at this center, and I am continuing this center. Okay, so it is visible like this. Then I am drawing a line tangent passing from this line like this, and unwanted that part of the curve that I must erase. So it is like this. Now there is a hole at the center. Just we'll go back. We'll go back to original object or the questions. So here 520 mm, this is a circle. So for this 520 we need to generate a parallelogram 20 by 20 from the center, where it is a center, same center for the parallelogram. Then I will draw the circle with the 4 center method, that means ellipse in the isometer. Just go back. So here I am drawing a parallelogram. I will draw a longest diagonal. I will bisect the opposite corners. I will bisect the edges from the opposite corner, and I will get the 4 centers. Once I get the 4 center, I will draw the ellipse. So with this center and the center point this, I will complete this arc. With this center and then this much radius, I will complete this arc. With this center and this much radius, I will complete this arc. With this center and this much total radius, I will complete this arc. So this is a kind of ellipse that you will get once you complete this. Okay. Now next part is to draw the rib portion. Actually the rib is tangent to the circle. So from here I am drawing a tangent which will connect at this corner, right? And this portion I will erase, and then it has a thickness of 10 mm. So from 10 mm I am drawing another side which is passing up to this. It is passing up to this. Okay. And at the same time you will draw this straight line up to here, and then parallel line like this to width. So this is a parallel line to the length, and this is parallel line to width, and one can draw this vertical line also. So you will get this kind of object. This is optional to some of the solutions. Some students are not drawing this line, some are drawing this line. Anyway, it is optional. You will get in both cases you will get the same marks, but it's a good idea to draw this line, this corner, because this is this portion is extruded. That means what? It is a kind of elongation. This surface is elongated like this from this corner, and so this edge is supposed to draw. You should draw here this line. I recommend that a student should not erase the construction lines used for drawing this isometric, because that way the evaluator is understanding how the object is drawn. You need to draw the very soft lines, very faint line as per as possible with the pencils, and draw the object quite dark. Okay, so final object, it is looking like this after erasing the all the construction lines. If you want to use it for some purpose, then this way it is correct. Otherwise you have to keep the construction line in exam. Thank you for watching video. We'll meet you in the next video.